All right, everyone, please mute yourself if you can. I see a lot of questions, and we'll get started because I know Joe has to keep going to some other meetings as well. So we'll start with Gene Fournette and then go to Gary Smits.
Hey, Joe, could you tell me, above anything else, what do you want the identity for this defense to be in 2020?
Well, I think you always want to be a top defense in the NFL, and it starts up front, starts stopping the run. Like Coach Walsh always says to the D-line, you earn the right to rush the passer. So I think I want, if I had to choose, I'd say I want our identity to be a run-stopping machine, and then gets after the passer, creates a lot of turnovers.
Thank you.
Gary.
Oh, okay. Well, I was waiting. Sorry, I was immediately waiting for you to call on me. Hey, Joe, what's now that you've had a training camp with Josh Allen, what's your overall impressions of him, both as a player and as a leader that the defense has seen fit to vote as one of the captains?
Yeah, I think he's doing a great job stepping up and being a vocal leader on the field, getting guys pumped up for practice. I can't wait to see him on game day. And you can tell he takes his job, he takes his craft extremely seriously, and he gets the other guys on the defense to go along with him, whether it's staying after practice, working on extra moves, or talking after meetings just to make sure everybody's dotting their I's, crossing their T's. He does a good job with all that stuff.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, Gary. It looks like if anyone else has a question at this point in time, Cassidy does, and then Mike Duraco.
Hey, Joe. Now that you are in game week and have been able to watch a little bit Colts, what do you take away as the biggest key to stopping them, especially with a guy like Phillip Rivers back there?
Yeah, well, I imagine there'll be a similar offense to what they ran in the past, and Phillip has familiarity with Frank Reich's scheme, being San Diego back in the day together. But I think they're a run-first offense, and they build everything off of that. They do a good job creating formations to try to out-leverage you, try to get you out of your gaps, and they're able to take advantage of it. And then off of those play actions, they're able to hit shots over the middle and down the field. So you got to do a really good job stopping the run and knocking that out, and that'll make the game a little bit easier for us.
The shots over the middle of the field, how much more of an onus does that put on you there?
Yeah, it's a stressor for any defense, especially when you want to play downhill. But as a defense, we're just going to have to communicate when they get into the looks, when they get into their formations, where the threats are there. We all have to be on the same page, and everybody's got to be communicating and playing as one. We'll be able to take care of it.
Thanks.
Thanks, Cassidy. Let's jump over to D-Rock and then John Reed.
Hey, Joe, you guys might be the youngest, or at least one of the youngest teams overall in the league. People talk about that like it's a negative, but what are some of the positives of being a really, really young team like that?
Fresh legs, for one. And then a lot of young guys just come into the league. You have a chip on your shoulder. You have something to prove. And if the team takes their role seriously, is accountable, there's a lot of hungry guys in the locker room who are looking forward to making big plays on Sunday. And not going to be complacent because they haven't done it in the league yet. So they want to build their brand. They want to build their profile. And there's a lot of opportunity for that.
Because you guys haven't seen some of these younger guys in preseason games, is there still an element of, look, I really don't know what we're going to get on Sunday?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's going to be a lot of surprises over the NFL in the first couple of months, or the first month of the season, just with no preseason games, a lot of young guys stepping up into big roles, a lot of old guys coming back. You haven't been put in the situation in preseason to kind of sharpen, so you're going to see some surprising things, I think, until people get their feet under them in terms of their football legs for in games. So it's going to be a fun experience when we get out there, and I'm looking forward to seeing what our guys do. I got a lot of confidence in them.
Thank you.
Thanks, D-Rock. Let's go to John Reed and then Mark Long.
How you doing, Joe? What have you seen so far from your defensive front? And second question to that, they're so key for you guys to have open angles to make those tackles and stop the run. You feel they're capable of doing that, playing the gaps and doing the things they need to do? I mean, what are you seeing?
Yeah, I have utmost confidence in our guys up front, doing a good job. I'm starting with Aubrey Jones, right in the middle. He's the one I'm usually stacked behind, and he does a great job being able to keep the double teams off the linebackers, allow us to scrape over the top, shoot gaps, and everybody else is doing the same thing. And the way their defensive line's taught, just to make it define the gap they're in. So if they get reached, just define it, and then our linebackers can play fast and play over the top of it. I think everybody understands that, and when everybody does that, works as one, you'll see a lot of good things in the run defense.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, John. Let's go to Mark Long, and then Dustin, and then Hayes.
Yeah, Joe, if there's a silver lining for losing all those defensive linemen early, is it that it happened early and you guys kind of got your pick of the litter in terms of who was available, and you've had most of camp to at least work out some of the potential issues and whatnot?
Yeah, I think the core group that started camp was able to get a lot of practice in together, understand how to play off of one another, and it's going to be fun going into the game on Sunday with those guys. And like you said, like we said previously, with no preseason games, a little bit less of a camp this year in terms of the time. It's going to be fun going in on Sunday, but I got a lot of, like I said before, I got a lot of respect for our guys up front, and we've worked together and gelled as one unit, and I think you're going to see good things on Sunday.
Awesome. Let's go to Dustin, and then we'll finish up with Hayes.
Hey, Joe. Hope you're having a good day. Would you say that these first 2 weeks against Indy and Tennessee, two division rivals and two teams that really like to pound the run, will be some of the toughest tests for you guys this year?
Yeah, I think we're going to start off the season with a bang. Two divisional opponents, so those games always count extra just in terms of divisional standings. And then there are big run-focused offenses, and our big focus this year on the defensive side of the ball is to be able to stop the run. So it's going to be a true test of what we got here in Jacksonville, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, do you think you guys will surprise a lot of people this year on the run-stopping front, seeing as it was a struggle last year in Jacksonville? Obviously, you weren't here, but...
Yeah, I think we're going to surprise a lot of people in all facets of the game, and run defense being one of them.
All right, thanks, Joe.
All right, Hayes, finish us up.
Great. Hey, Joe, I'm curious, what kind of strides do you think you made personally in training camp?
Well, just getting a new defense under my belt, the new terminology, being able to communicate effectively, growing in those strides has been probably my biggest thing. And then once you're able to get familiar, once you're able to get a little bit settled, then you start trying to recognize what the offense is doing, and make your own plays within the scheme. I think I've been able to do that step by step as training camp's gone along, got more comfortable, been able to make a couple plays here and there, and hopefully just keep on building as the season goes along.
Great. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Joe. You're all done. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Josh is going to be just a
Thanks,
minute,
Joe.
so everyone can hang tight and enjoy some